somewhere. I'll go look at one. Oh, because of game. We got out there they're sending like all this stuff. So we're going to get everything on the cake. Very good.
Good evening and welcome back to Stryda Park. It's the curse of the league champions so far here across Canberra today. We're on to the preliminary final, though. For one of these teams, the season will come to an end in 90 minutes or a bit longer, perhaps, for one of them. There'll be a match next week against the league champions, Canberra Croatia, for they have been defeated in the qualification final by Tigers FC. Here a little bit earlier, it finished by 3-2 to Tigers. My name's Russ Gibbs. Joining me, Steve Forshaw. Steve, I know, first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
And I know you didn't see it because you were in transits, having been around, and we'll talk about where you've been earlier on. But it's been a remarkable day for league champions. So I've seen the under-16s league champions, O'Connor Knights, knocked out in their semi-final. They lost 2-0 to Canberra Olympic. We've seen the under-18s league champions, Belconnen United, thrashed 5-0 by Brindabella Blues. They've gone. They're in the juniors because you don't have a second chance. At senior level, in the Capital Premier League, league champions Belconnen United 1, Canberra Olympic 2. Belconnen United will get a bite for next week against either ANU or Juventus. Here in the under-23s National Premier League, O'Connor Knights were beaten by Tigers FC. The league champions gone. They'll be in the preliminary final next week against Canberra Croatia, a little mini derby to look forward to. And we just saw the NPL league champions beaten as well by Tigers FC. Don't win a league.
Don't win the league. I mean, it's probably, or the coaches will say, or the people involved with those clubs will say, where there's a second chance, you want to play in that middle week. And that's why they didn't win today. But Tigers beating Canberra Croatia, not necessarily a surprise. They played each other a couple of weeks ago to settle the minor premiership, and it was a good game, very close game. Tigers very, very good on the day, and they've actually maintained that form and gone on and won the game, put themselves in a grand final like they did last year.
And a brilliant goal from Nick Taneski to win it. It was an absolute stunner. William Accio played out of his skin. He scored twice, once from the penalty spot. But Nick Taneski's finish was world class. It was top draw. You won't see a better one for a long time. I mean, Canberra Croatia had chances. Max Green could have had a hat-trick on another day. And at 1-1, he had a great opportunity where he blazed it over the bar. Piccolo put it on a plate for him. That goes in. We were talking about a different game on such fine margins. You've been around and about today. I mean, I know you were there with the under-18s in your role as technical director at Belconnen United. Difficult day for the boys. I mean, that under-18s competition, we've been keeping an eye on it all season. It's been really good. We've got 3v4 in the grand final because Tigers were beaten by Gungahlin United by 4-2. I mean, it's one of those things at 3 versus 4. But for the Belconnen boys, you know, we always talk about winning the league title. It's a great achievement. It is probably the harder of the two things to do. Just wasn't their day. And credit to Brindabella. Yeah,
full credit to Brindabella. They came with a game plan and they carried it out very successfully. They were very strong. They played quite direct. Wasn't the prettiest game of football you'll ever see, but they were very, very effective. And you've got to just take your hat off to them and say, you know, if you can win a semi-final 5-0 against a team that's finished top, you've got to be doing something right. And they were. And from the Belconnen point of view, still a good year, but they were second best today, and they'll tell you that themselves.
Yeah, it's one of those quirks of finals football. We've said it during the season as well, that the teams that finish top often fall over, and you don't know why. There's no rhyme or reason for it to happen. Second chance next week, of course, for Canberra Croatia against one of these teams out here. Yeah. Now, the form and the team lineups and everything would suggest the team to our right, Monaro Panthers, are likely to be that team. However, the team to our left have had a really good season, Tuggeranong United, and they've got some X factor in there as well. Big news is, though, they're missing Josh Pedersen, injured in the week. I understand he was taken out by friendly fire in training by his best mate, Xabi Davis, which is one of those unfortunate things that happen. And, yeah, he's gone for tonight, and that's a big loss.
It is indeed. I mean, you look at the two clubs that are going to do battle in a few minutes' time, and the difference between them in terms of depth is astounding. And when you lose a player of the quality of Pedersen, it's very, very hard to replace it, especially at short notice when you've been counting on him being available all week.
The irony is the player that replaces him is Xabi Davis.
Done on purpose. No, on purpose.
It just kicks his best mate.
He just formally his best mate, you mean?
I mean, there's no way he meant it, but
no,
I mean, he benefits from that fact. Now he's got. I mean, I'm sure he's going out there now with his mate's best wishes and wanting to put in an effort for him as well.
No doubt. Pedersen will be hoping that Davis comes in and has a stormer. there'll be no hard feelings. These things happen in football, and then you just get on with it and do your best.
Now, Tuggeranong United, whenever we talk about Tuggeranong United, we always end up talking about Steve Nealon and his goals. But what I want to talk about today is Bevan Foxall and the quality he's brought in the last few weeks as well. Big part for him to play tonight.
Oh, I think so, especially in the absence of Pedersen. But he's been good. Certainly the last 5 or 6 weeks, he's gone to another level. But I think all season he's been one of the more consistent performers. So a lot of the burden of that Tuggeranong, in terms of Tuggeranong's success, sorry, lost my way.
Yeah, that's all right.
But it'll fall on his shoulders. He's got to carry that extra load in midfield, but he's very capable of doing it. He'll be up against it tonight because it's a good midfield he's playing against. Tuggeranong
also lost this morning Daniel Grove. He was due to start on the right of the back three. He's been replaced by Ewan Peterkin. It's not a bad replacement, is it? Ewan Peterkin's been around for a long time. If this is to be his last season, he'll want to go out on high as well. It's a good replacement to bring in, but bad luck for Daniel Grove again, who's been struggling with injuries over the last few years, and particularly this year.
Didn't Mitch Stevens walk under a ladder or something?
Yeah, he's... I mean, there's only a couple of coaches. I mean, you can ask the bad luck he's had with injuries, but I mean, you talk to Frank Kaysher and seen the string of injuries he's had at Canberra Olympic. Marcel Munoz has sent me his squad for the game tomorrow, and he's got some big injuries out as well, players. It's just one of those times of year, and this is where you rely on your squad players to come in, and this is why you have them there to bring them into these kind of situations. And I'm not saying Ewan Peterkin's a squad player at all. He's been a mainstay of this team, but it's a good replacement to have.
In terms of bringing experience, a little bit of quality, then the replacement of Peterkin for Groves is far more effective than, say, Davis for Pedersen. Or it may be more effective. But, look, Tuggeranong have got nothing to lose. They've actually had a very, very good season. They can go into this game knowing that what they've achieved already is something remarkable. A long time since they've been this sort of close to any success at all.
And the first time since 1999 that they've had both the first and the reserve team, as it was then, now the 23s, in finals football. The reserves gave a good account of themselves this morning. Anthony Antoniak scored again, 18th goal of the season. That goal's earned him a place on the bench for Tuggeranong today, because you've got a proven goal scorer in there. You might need him at some stage. I mean, the young lad's only played, 3 first-grade games off the bench. He's barely had a kick of a football, but might be that kind of night.
Of course. I mean, it's. We talked earlier in the season about how many substitutes were actually scoring, if you recall, and there was a plethora of late goals and late substitutions that were changing games. So that could very well happen today. And what you do get today is a knockout game, and anything at all can happen in a knockout game. It doesn't necessarily follow a pattern of form. It's just who turns up on the night, who puts in the most effort, and who gets the biggest rewards.
Well, should we have a look at the lineups then and see what the cast lists are for this evening, starting with Paul McCaw's team? Interesting selection here. I think they've gone with a 3-5-2, as they normally do. But the back three sees Heath Illich in goal, obviously. He carries on today. I say obviously, but we had that conversation last week about whether it be him or Gary Memitage to get the nod. It's Heath Illich who gets the nod tonight for the 16th time this season. He's played more games than Memitage, and he gets the chance tonight. 3 at the back: Marco, Gaia, Fernando and Dylan Deep Jones. Experience, quality, and a couple of really good ball-playing players in there as well that can bring it out from the back. I'm expecting in front of them 2. By what I've given, I think it's going to be Ryan Straub and Robert Kachenko, which I mean Kachenko will play a little bit inside. Now, you'll see why in a minute, because the 3 in front of them, I believe, is going to be Fikedi Manda one side, Christian Kreskas the other, Connor Minott-Smith as the 10 role, and he's been in some rare form in recent weeks. That means Stephen Dominici and Daniel Barrett lead the line. That's how I feel it will line up. We will wait and see. That means the substitutes: Gary Memitage, Zach McLaren, Patrick Mitchell, Nikos Kalfas and Jack Elwood. Do you see that formation changing much from what we've got there?
It looks a little bit out of balance, because you can expect Barrett to play down the left-hand side. He drifts left, so they look like to be sort of overloading on their left. But we'll have to wait and see how it pans out from kick-off time. But this is a team that has got goals aplenty in it. Barrett has been in great form. Dominici has found form in the last 4 or 5 weeks. Minott-Smith has just been absolutely outstanding, and they get goals from the back as well. So this is a very, very strong Monaro side. So however they sort of position themselves on the park, you know that they've got the quality to deal with it.
And this brings me on to the stat I'm just about to say in a second before we go into the Tuggeranong team. 11 matches at the Riverside Stadium this season for Monaro Panthers, 41 goals they've scored in those 11 games at this venue. Now, the quirk of the fate is that they've got effectively a home final, if you like, but that's just the way it is. 41 goals. Will they improve on that? Well, let's have a look to see who's trying to stop them. And Tuggeranong United, I believe, is going to be a 3-5-2, if you like, or even a 3-4-3, if you want to call it that. We will see how it pans out. Callum Cook is in goal for the 21st time this season. Their back three sees Ewan Peterkin, Sam Walker and Cole Falco across the back line. Again, much like the Tuggeranong back three, very much experienced, very good footballers. And keep an eye out, of course, for Cole Falco's exocet of a long throw. Four in midfield, Zach Lawrence on the right, Luke Sakamoto on the left, Shabby Davis, as mentioned, partners Alessandro Pena. Bevan Foxer will play in front of them, whether that's as a 10 or as an advanced midfielder, we will see. And in the front two sees Nick Emmanuel, partnered by Steve Neelan, who in all competitions this season has 20 goals to his name. The bench, well, a few defenders on there and a couple of strikers. James Benevento is the goalkeeper, Dylan Berkeley and Tim Santos at the back, Anthony Antoniak, as I mentioned, and Luke Stevens across the front.
It's an interesting back three. I mean, you look at the Monaro back three and you see people that have played there that are used to playing those sorts of roles, very experienced, high-quality footballers. In Tuggeranong's case, you've got Walker, who's played there all year, I know, but he's more an attacking player. You look at Peterkin playing as that third sort of central defender, wider on the right-hand side, when he's probably more suited to playing a more central role with a partner. So, look, it's an interesting challenge. I mean, in Monaro, 3-5-2, Tuggeranong ostensibly 3-5-2 or very close to it. See how they match up.
Teams have met 27 times in the NPL. Panthers have won 10. Tuggeranong have also won 10. There's been 7 draws. 15 games at this particular venue. Panthers have won 7. Tuggeranong have run 3 with 5 draws. The one time they met here this season, well, at half-time it was going all right for Tuggeranong United. They were only 1-0 down. They went out there and Mitch Stevens, I remember telling me, told him to keep his team nice and tight at the back and keep them in it. 11 minutes later, they'd conceded another 4 and went on to lose 6-1. Yes. So they'll be hoping for something a little bit better than that. You'll like this because you like stats. Before I get to that one, total there have been 87 goals scored in the 27 matches. 47 to Panthers, 40 to Tuggeranong. Outside the NPL, 5 meetings. Both teams have won twice with 1 draw. Cup match with Tuggeranong won on penalties, but Panthers have outscored Tuggeranong 14-4 in those games. And the stat I want to tell you is that Panthers have scored 8 goals in 3 games against Tuggeranong United this season, scored by 8 different players.
They've certainly got goals in them, Monaro. But this is, like I was saying before, this is knockout football. It can change just as quickly as anything you've ever seen before. These are 2 teams that, even going off the stats, they've been relatively close. There's not that much between them. I mean, I know you've got the blowout score that you just mentioned, but you know,
that was the first of the 3 meetings this year. The other one in round 10 was 1-0 to the Panthers, and then it was a 1-1 draw in round 17, so nothing between them there. Gav Biggs in the middle, Casey Fleo and Harold Spanner are his assistants. So are we going to get a repeat of the 6-1, or is it going to be closer than that? We will see. Probably closer, you would think. How's your nerves, though, on this kind of occasion, Steve? Because the team in the pink and white, a lot of these players have been here before. They've done it all before. They've got the trophies to show for it. Those on our left, a bit more raw, and the finals football a bit rarer for Tuggeranong United. How do they handle the situation? And does home advantage play any part in this?
Look, I think Monaro will be very comfortable playing here because it's their home ground, the surroundings that they're familiar with, so you would expect that they would start the game really well. And if Tuggeranong can't deal with that early wave of pressure, then we may see the score blow out. But if they can stay in it for half an hour, 25 minutes, half an hour, then anything can happen.
Well, buckle in for this one because there has to be a winner. And for the vanquished, there will be no tomorrow. It is all about the today. Canberra, Croatia awaits in the preliminary final at Deakin Stadium next weekend. For Tigers, it's feet up time and wait and see which one of these two perhaps might meet them in a fortnight. They're coming the long way round if they have to do it. Tuggeranong from 4th, Panthers from 3rd, who will come out on top tonight.
You're thinking, aren't you, that Tuggeranong and Monaro, they play each other, they get through to the next week of finals, and then who's waiting for them? Canberra Croatia.
Yeah, a team that's scored 84 goals this season. Zach Lawrence, first chase for Steve Nealon, and he get after those tonight.
Look, you'll see a lot of that. You'll see a lot of balls going in behind or attempted to go in behind for Nealon's pace. We know he's a very efficient finisher. He's quick. He's got a trick. Somebody that Tuggeranong will rely on to get on the end of things and give them an opportunity to score.
Heath Illich is going to go long with his first goal kick. There was conjecture last week about whether he would start. I remember Taj having been chosen over the last few weeks.
I think this is Illich about his third game back, isn't it, from being substituted?
Yeah, and Taj had a half last week in the second half when they were near dead rubber. I think we always fancied that Illich was likely to start of the two. That's some ball forward from Gaia, met by Lawrence, and we're going to get an early Panthers corner. Don't rely on the scoreboard over there because they haven't started it, Steve.
Okay.
First chance for Crescas to launch one into the penalty area. First chance for Dylan Deep Jones to get involved.
Just a little bit of a blueprint there about how to get forward when you're playing against the back three.
Crescas whips it in. It was met at the near post by Peterkin, I think that was, and can't get hold of it.
I think Peterkin's prowess in the air is very important for Tuggeranong, particularly from set pieces, both ends.
Opportunity to swing that one in from Robert Kachenko, and he'll get a corner on the other side. Panthers starting. Have you made any sense of the shape of it yet? We haven't really seen an opportunity.
No, but Tuggeranong certainly go to a back five when they're defending.
Maybe for Kenny Manda might be playing as a 10 here. We'll keep an eye on that when they go back into defensive roles. Kachenko to take the corner, whips it in towards Barach, who won the header. Couldn't direct it goalwards in the first chance, perhaps, to see how this will set up for the Panthers. Does look like Kachenko's come inside alongside minus Smith and Straub.
Yeah.
And Manda and Crescas will provide the width, as we thought. Peterkin to send it forward, not his most accurate of passes.
Interesting press. They sent Barach and Dominici forward then, and the field in behind. They locked on very early. They were trying to force Peterkin back inside. So look for the trap in central spots.
One by Walker. Helped on by Lawrence. Bevan Foxall tries to nod it down for Pena. Just eases mine at Smith out the way.
Ball.
Falco's ball forward. Sakamoto. Nick Emmanuel's quick. And he's been cleaned out there. There should be a foul. There might be lucky to be
no, they're giving the foul.
Card
there
for
should
Fernando,
be a card. Yeah,
because there was no attempt to play the ball there at all.
None at all.
He's just completely cleaned out Nick Emmanuel. Who, if he wanted if Fernando needed to have an introduction to Nick Emmanuel, he's just got one.
Showed great pace, didn't he? Really good pace. A good ball down the line, and just seen two examples of how to play against a back three. One from Monaro going forward, and then one from Tuggeranong on the counter-attack.
Alessandro Pena over the free kick.
This is where Peterkin can be very influential.
Whipped into the danger area. Illich through the crowd. Comes out for the hits from Lawrence. Skewed wide of goal, but
yeah, but not a bad attempt, not a bad ball in.
Set pieces might well be Tuggeranong's best routes tonight. They are the underdogs here, by no question. Mitch Stevens was very relaxed when I spoke to him prior to kickoff, as will Paul McCaw, of course.
Churning inside, though.
Oh, look, it wouldn't be human if you weren't. At the end of the day, it's finals football. It's an important football match. Manuel tried to chest that down. Manda took it off him, and it's been whisked across field as far as Crescas. Gaia. Nealon putting him under pressure. Strength of Gaia helped out. Peterkin was there. Here's Nealon. Wants to take on Marco Gaia, and he's away from him as well, Steve Nealon. Looks like he's on it tonight, Steve Nealon, but he needs to release the ball a bit quicker than that.
Yeah, he didn't have enough support, did he? Not behind him and not in the box.
Gaia away, comes off Peterkin. Walker to clip one for Emmanuel to chase.
Be doing well to catch that. But he has.
What they have got, not quite. What they have got in Neelan and Emmanuel is 2 willing runners. They'll be able to drop those balls in channels all night, and they will get after it.
And I think that's the tactic that Tuggeranong have employed to some success all year. They've managed to get the heads up, see space in behind a back 3 or a back 4, and use that pace.
Interestingly, that back 3 does become different when the ball's over the other side. It's Cole Falco. It's a chance for Shabby Davis immediately to have a go. Cole Falco drops into the back 3 when it's on the left, and Zach Lawrence did it on the right there.
Yeah.
Just to help out. That's come off of Davis, and it's going to fall kindly for Minot Smith. Tuggeranong very flat back there, but space to move into, perhaps. Stephen Domenici's first real involvement.
They're just playing a little bit too deep when they can't get that.
Domenici in, Barach climbing, got there. Top of the net.
Great ball in. And Barach doing what Barach does best, getting on the end of things in that penalty area where it counts.
He's a threat in the air, isn't he? And on the ground.
Yeah. I mean, what's he got? 19 goals this year.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because I was just about to look. 18 in the league, 1 in the cup equals 19. Good knowledge. Applied knowledge from Steve Forshaw.
Not only a pretty face, Russ.
Absolutely. Great work. Good crowd in tonight.
Yeah, really good. Really good. Good doubleheader.
It's been a long day, but a good one. It's turned up this morning in short sleeves and sun cream. And now, as the days wore on, we've added a few layers.
Yeah. Same at Canberra. I was at Canberra bright and early this morning. Bill Connors under 14s playing against a very good Gungahlin side. And
they went down by 1 goal to 0, didn't they?
Yeah. In extra time and missed a penalty.
83rd minute winner. I don't know what that is in extra time. They play 40 minutes of that age today, so it's a couple of minutes.
35.
35, so 30 minutes into extra time. Some good finals today.
Yeah, it was a good day at Canberra. It really was.
The Junior League finals were on today as well. We'll be getting some photos and that up on the Capital Football Facebook pages tomorrow morning. Straub. Gaia. It's come off of Lawrence. Peterkin. That ricochet falls for Daniel Barach. Here goes Stephen Domenici. Chance to have a run at Sam Walker. Double team up on Domenici there, and he still manages to find a way through. Shabby Davis popped it away to Nick Emmanuel, who's giving it straight back to Barach. Manda on the overlap. Falco goes with him, should be comfortable. There is another game going on right now, ANU versus Juventus. 3rd versus 4th.
CPL.
In the CPL.
Absolutely noticeable here that Tuggeranong, who've made a reasonable sort of start, but when they haven't got the ball, they go immediately into back 5 with a 4 in front of them.
There was a little bit of wind here earlier, Steve, but it's dropped away now. It's
lovely.
A pleasant evening. Here's Lawrence. Good conditions for the players as well.
Yeah.
Foxall tries to go around the outside. Just eased off it by Ryan Straub, who's had an exceptional year.
Done really well.
Foxall's won it back. Davis.
Yeah, too slow. Too slow. He had the ball on inside.
Falco back to Callum Cook. The space for Cook to work on. Quiet start to the contest. 10 minutes in. No real chances of note at the moment.
No, just a settling in period. Both teams feeling each other out. Been some good ball movement, but nothing to write home about at this stage.
Emmanuel penalised for the challenge on Gaia.
Bit unlucky, I thought.
Marco Gaia making sure the referee saw it. Prelim finals next week at Deakin Stadium for the CPL and the NPL. WNPL semi-finals tomorrow. Myself and Ian Worthington will take you through double header. Belcona versus Canberra, Croatia, followed by Canberra Olympic versus Gungahlin. Ball in towards Minot Smith. Flag goes up. Both those games at Mackellar, 4 and 7 respectively. If you want to go to Mackellar, there's games on at 10 and 1 as well in the women's reserves. next week, women's prelim finals right here on Sunday.
The finals next week at Deakin on Saturday?
Yeah, the men's, the CPL and NPL will be on Saturday, and the MPLW here on Sunday. Next week, if South Jarrah Bombera, loads of Junior League Grand Finals, boys and girls. Girls semi-finals are tomorrow, and then all the Grand Finals next week at South Jarrah across the 3 fields there. It's that time of year, isn't it?
It certainly is. Spring is in the air, and the engravers are sharpening up their tools.
What do you call an engraving tool? Is it just called that, an engraving tool?
I think so.
There must be a proper name for it. Someone at home will know. If you know, just send us a text.
Tony Oliveira.
Yeah, he knows. Knows everything, doesn't he? Walker wins the header, comes out from Minot Smith. He's got runners either side, try to squeeze it through the eye of the needle. I'm not sure they use that to engrave a tool, trophy. Could be wrong. Lawrence. Walker. Send one forward. Calmly done by Marco Guy. Is Dylan Deep Jones.
Certainly,
oh dear, Fernando took his eye off the pass.
Yes, but in terms of which team's pressing the hardest, it's certainly a Monaro advantage. They're sort of sending Barach and Dominici to do a lot of legwork in that final third, whereas Tuggeranong quite happy to set off.
Here's the first chance for Cole Falco.
Here it comes.
To launch one. We all know it's coming. Everyone does by this stage. In towards the near post. There's a big miscommunication, I think, between Barach and Illich, and I think he got punched off the head of Jabi Davies in the end.
Actually, the goalkeeper did quite well.
I think he got a piece of it, and that was enough, wasn't it? Just enough.
Just.
Wasn't the most clean of touches from Heath Illich. Now it might break for Emmanuel. Looking for a runner in support. It's Bevan Foxall. It's opened up. Oh, that's a fine stop from Heath Illich. Magnificent save from the Panthers' #1. Foxall picked his spots, and Illich denies him.
Two things that come to mind immediately. One, justified his selection, because that is a world-class save. But two, how many chances like that are Tuggeranong likely to get? And you've really got to be clinical. Great save, but he probably should have done better.
They've got themselves a corner kick here. Whipped into the near post. Illich hasn't got there. And Walker couldn't turn it home. And we'll go again. He must have got a fingertip to it, the goalkeeper, after he was singing his praises.
Yeah, he let himself down badly there. He was really in no man's land.
Pena with whip on that corner.
Certainly your comment earlier about this being a efficient way to goal is ringing true at the moment.
Here goes Pena again. For his little routine, and another decent shape on it. Too much in the end. Retrieved by Neelan. Foxall's ball.
Sure it was meant
Picked out Walker, didn't he? Finds Pena. Overlapping run from Lawrence. If he uses him, he does. 3 to hit in the penalty area, and again, it's too deep.
Yeah,
and out of play.
Good football, though. Really good football. Got Lawrence in behind, and again, if you don't track those runners, that's Lawrence coming from a deeper position and going past Kreskas. If you don't track those runners, the back three get exposed.
The graving tool's proper name is a burin.
A what?
If I pronounced that correctly, a burin.
There you go.
Guess who told us that?
Tony Oliveira.
Tony Oliveira, yeah. A burin or a burin? A burin. There you go. That's what you need to engrave trophies with.
Well,
You got one of them at home?
Trophy?
A burin. Or a burin. Have you got one of them?
I might have, but I've never heard of it. I wouldn't know what it looked like.
Looks like a burn. Free kick here for the Panthers, chance to go forward. What I want to talk about the set pieces in a moment, Steve, after this free kick has been cleared away, is should Panthers be doing better with the height they've got in the team back there to deal with that at the moment?
Yeah.
Kreskas will take this free kick. We can discuss that in just a second. They've got a chance to drop this in. Manda, Barach, Dominici Barach in that order at the top of the box at the moment. Deep Jones is lending his presence. Kreskas whips it towards Deep Jones over his head. One by Falco. Missed on the second attempt. Recycled for Manda, who will settle for the corner. So back to my point, should they be doing better? Heath Illich, 6'3", whatever he is, as a goalkeeper. Dylan Deep Jones, big lad as well.
Yeah, arguably, yes. But I think the quality of service that Tuggeranong got in the main has made it a lot more difficult for Illich and for his fellow defenders. So it's a
poor corner. It's going to come through with Kreskus.
Lost ball.
And smash that up onto the bank.
Yeah, quality of service will outdo physical ability. I mean, you need to have big boys in there that are going up and win it. But if you can get the ball into the right areas, certainly with people like Peterkin that are very good in the air, then I think one negates the other.
Didn't mention the CPL Under-23s results. ANU 0, Juventus 2 in the qualification final. Juve into the grand final. Belconnen United 1, Canberra Olympic 0. Belconnen will play ANU in the prelim next week at Deakin Stadium. Well, that's no closer to knowing what's happening in the other one. And no goals as far as I'm aware. ANU Juventus. Is Emmanuel. Tuggeranong started brightly here.
You have.
Might have had the best chance, but now here's Dominici to sprint away. Great first touch. Can he find a finish? Dominici deflected and just over. I think it might have come off of Peterkin. I'm not sure who it was in the end. I think it might have been
Peterkin.
But superb piece of play from Stephen Dominici. Felt certain to give the Panthers the lead.
Yeah, caught very flat with that long ball forward, and Stephen Dominici nearly made them pay. Lovely bit of skill to deal with the first defender, but then good recovery from Peterkin to make sure that he got just enough on it to get it away from goal.
Ryan Straub over this corner kick for the Panthers. Both sides have had good chances to take the lead. Swung into the penalty area. One by Kreska, stabbed home at the far post by Daniel Barach, I believe, who stuck a leg out. And the poacher gives his team the lead.
So there you go, Russ. Answers your question. Should they be doing better in the penalty area with the height that they've got? That is just an example of how good they can be if you get the right service in. Barach, poacher extreme at the far post, just tucks it away. And this is it's been a good start from Tuggeranong, but you just cannot give them any room at all. And the corner comes from that wonderful piece of skill from Stephen Dominici.
19th of the season in the league for Daniel Barach, who was in the right place at the right time.
Again.
And stabs home. There's been a goal at GEO as well. ANU 0, Canberra Juventus 1. Adrian McCaw with the strike.
That's cool.
Foxall for Neelan to sprint after it again. Deep Jones goes with him. Oh, Neelan got away from him. Might have gone down there and would have made the referee make a decision. Daniel Barach's finish was class.
Yeah. Oh, right time, right spot, finish. But that's just an example that we've just seen of the pace of Neelan. Very, very unlucky not to get on the end of that once he touched it past Deep Jones.
One of those moments on the corner where everybody in a Tuggeranong shirt was stood there looking at each other saying who was picking up Daniel Barach. And the answer was no one. But that's what goal scorers do, Steve, isn't it? They're in the right place at the right time. Look at this from Minor Smith, weaving his way through. Comes to Barach. Tuggeranong need to hang in there for the next couple of minutes, you feel.
They've got to stick it out now. They don't want to go two down. I mean, it's hard enough now at 1-0, but they go another one behind and you're really talking about mountains.
Kachenko finds Gaia. Their last 3 NPL games, Tuggeranong have conceded 12. They have won one of those, though.
Yeah, I think you can sort of put down last week's 7 goal. Oh, dear.
Sam Walker's just been caught dawdling. 7 they shipped last week,
yeah.
But it was one of those bizarre old games. 5 goals in the last 5 minutes.
And I think
we lost count at one stage, didn't we?
I think it was one of those games where both teams last week were sort of looking at this weekend rather than last weekend's game. Lots of changes, Tuggeranong went into the game knowing that they'd cemented the top
yeah,
4
it was
spot.
Dead rubber, wasn't it, at the end of the day?
Oh, dear.
And there's run out of the play. We'll come back. Long way to go still in this one. Not quite using my burin to put them into the preliminary round next, the preliminary final. Not just yet, anyway.
No. Look, Tuggeranong are in this. They've had their chances. They're doing enough to make more chances. They can just keep the back door shut now until half-time and 1-0. They can go in at 1-0. Then they can start doing things a little bit differently, pressing a little bit higher or something like that.
And he lifts one in. Illich clutches.
Yeah, that's where his height's an advantage, isn't it?
And Steve Nealon's not had a chance at goal yet. He often goes through a game. Doesn't often go through a game without a chance. Guy has left that towards Dominici. Lovely pass. Dominici has a good ball as well. Peterkins just presented it straight back to him. And Stephen Dominici is dancing through and it's cleared off the line. It's Balach for 2. It is. Dominici might have made it 2. Daniel Balach did. And Tuggeranong United are on the ropes here. 2-0 Panthers.
Yes, maybe Daniel Groves might have done better with that sort of initial clearance, but Peterkin has been just found a little bit wanting there and chesting it down for Dominici, who does really well under difficult circumstances. And who's there to stick it away? Daniel Balach to make it
again.
2. Yeah.
20 for him now in the league. And midway through the first half, Tuggeranong United, well, it's not quite the mountain yet, but it's certainly becoming slightly more than a hill.
Yeah, tough from here. They certainly need to be next on the score sheet.
I think it was Ewan Peterkin's chest down and went straight back to
Not
Stephen Dominici. And in those kind of situations, well, his eyes lit up.
Oh, he might have scored himself, but
it's a great bit of defensive work on the line. It might have been Peterkin redeeming himself on the line.
It could have been too. Yeah, it could have been. But I'm not sure whether he was actually trying to chest it back to the goalkeeper, but really he should have dealt with it. He'll know that. He's been around long enough.
3 shots on target, 2 of them in the back of the net. And
the Monaro propensity for scoring goals in quick succession is to the 4 again.
Not quite to the 4, to the 2.
Oh.
See what I've done there.
Yeah.
It's Riverside. It's a Riverside goal. They'd love to play here every week, wouldn't they? I mean, 43 now in 12 games.
Not finished yet.
We've only played half a half. Manda. Even at this stage, what's happening here? Gareth Biggs is not happy with Mitch Stevens. Something he said.
Yes, he's had a very stern word with Mr. Stevens.
So to say at this stage, Steve, it does even feel this early that the next goal is critical, isn't it? Tuggeranong have to get it to give themselves any chance here.
Yeah, certainly. If they go 3 behind, you can get your urine out.
Dominici. Going to ask someone for Christmas now. Start engraving things as they go around town. Side of your car.
Yeah, it's well, whatever plan A was, they've got to go to plan B.
Yeah, they might as well come and have a go. Steve Dominici and Bevan Foxall having a little exchange in the middle of the park.
Unusual for Stephen Dominici to be involved in that.
Here's Manda. Well, they're so much in control of this game at the moment that the last thing they want is for something silly to happen.
Especially with, you've still got to play next week. No matter what happens here tonight, in terms of Monaro's victory, you don't want to be going into next week.
Neither side really can afford to go in against Canberra Croatia.
Less than full strength.
Yeah, less than full strength. Exactly the words I was looking for. Thank you, Stephen Forshaw. Here's Jabby Davies looking to inject some pace going forward. Sakamoto. Nealon peel wide to get involved. It's not a bad looking ball. Geyer away. Pena beaten to it.
Oh, wild.
But he's had few touches of the football tonight, Daniel Barach. Two of them very important. That one not quite his best. Could let him off for that though, can't you? Again though, right place, right time.
Yeah.
Felt him.
And people will say, how fortunate. But it's not. It's an ability to read what's going on, anticipate where the ball might fall. Being in the right spot is a skill.
Kachenko firm in the challenge. Here's Barach. Dominici. Kachenko. Oh, and he's taking his half in now. Steve Dominici's crestfallen that he didn't get back that from Robert Kachenko. He's enjoying himself tonight.
Great run.
Here's Neelan. Now Lawrence. And Neelan let it go. Couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, not enough in the box to actually take advantage of the cutback. But again, down this right-hand side, Lawrence has got in behind.
Barach pulling Walker out of position. Dominici thought about it. In the end, picks out for Kenny Manda. There's still 3 to hit in the penalty area. Manda in. Minus Smith almost got there. Brilliant from Falco to make sure he didn't. Still not away. Manda in. Dominici beaten in the air by Peterkin. Foxall pops it forwards. Here's Neelan. And looks for Emmanuel, and he's quick, and he's away from Dylan Deep-Jones. Nick Emmanuel, can he pull one back here? Unlucky. Off the base of the post. He had Deep-Jones for speed. The shot wasn't bad either, but the woodwork to the rescue. Yeah,
goalkeeper's friend rescued him because he gave him the near post. His positioning wasn't brilliant, I've got to say, but dead unlucky.
Well, there's a route to goal for Tuggeranong.
Absolutely.
They've certainly got the pace on Fernando and Deep-Jones, haven't they?
Yep. And that's not the first time we've seen it.
Pena.
No, that's a poor ball.
Picked up by Manda. He's not shy of a bit of pace himself.
And that's a poor ball in return.
Dylan Deep-Jones there was like, goodness me.
Running in treacle, wasn't he? Comparison. But Emmanuel's quick and he's strong. Very, very hard to get off the ball. That important game, important point of the game, that goes into 2-1. You're back in it. You can get into half-time, have a chat, tweak some things.
That Nick Emmanuel run there just reminded me a while ago.
Of yourself?
No, of a Manchester United game against Southampton once, where the commentator, where Ryan Giggs got away and absolutely screamed past someone down the left wing, and the commentator said it was like a Mini trying to catch a Porsche. There's been a goal at GEO, and it's gone to ANU. They're back on terms, and unsurprisingly, it's their leading goal scorer, Jack Gibson, who's got it. One apiece between ANU and Juventus. Thanks to Declan Smith for being on top of that. He's over there, sitting in the back of the stand at Gungahlin Enclosed. Probably enjoying the fruits of the Gungahlin Canberra Juventus canteen today. Although they used to do Arancini balls, and it's amazing apparently, but they're not doing them today.
Oh, no.
Disappointing. Monaro Panthers canteen's going great guns below us.
Smells wafting up, very, very enticing.
Michael Ribbon-Alla on the camera got us the old Italian sausage and chips earlier on. Here's Dominici dancing through.
Playing very deep, coming off and letting Barach have that middle role.
Now here goes Foxall. A lot of space, isn't there? Now Neelan's rapid as well. Guy back there to get it.
That's a lot of Neelan, even with his pace.
It's quite stretched, though, in that middle of the park. Tuggeranong feel they can get something. Minot Smith has found Barach, who's gone for the lob.
And I'll tell you what, it's not a bad effort. Great vision. But it is opening up a lot of space in field. You're going to see a lot of Tuggeranong balls going in behind this back three because they've got them for pace. I mean, even that one, where Neelan was asked to do too much, it's the sort of ball that they'll be looking for to get back in this game.
We're lucky not to be back in it with Nick Emmanuel's finish. It's the base of the post. Could have gone anywhere.
Could have gone anywhere. Well, it did.
It did go somewhere.
Yeah.
It's not where Tuggeranong wanted it to go. And just a little reminder that it might not be all one-way traffic tonight for the Panthers.
Look how deep they set up from the goal kicks.
Wonder whether that is because of the pace of Emmanuel and Neelan.
It certainly have something of it. And Cook does knock a ball a long way.
I saw O'Connor Knight's goalkeeper, Logan Browning. He belts the ball in the 23s, and it's accurate as well. Really good distribution. Emmanuel, Sakamoto, Foxall got a touch.
Yeah, a bit unlucky again. Just trying to roll something around the corner and catch them a little bit flat, but didn't quite come off.
If you just tuned in, first of all, where you been? Played half an hour. Panthers 2-0 up. Daniel Barach with a brace. I mean, what else has anyone got to do of a Saturday evening? Is anything on, like The Voice or anything like that? Australia's Got Talent?
No.
Nothing like that on?
Wasn't
Farmer Wants a Wife?
Australia's Got Talent. There wasn't much of it on display last night at Bruce Stadium.
No, there wasn't, was there?
No.
Got a result, though.
Yeah, good result.
I mean, 1-0 up in the Ashes.
Apparently it has 2 cigars.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. I did get this story last night. 2 cigars smoked by the captains of the respective teams in 1923. And apparently the box that they were put in, it was sealed in a container, then put in this mahogany box or something, and then it went missing. And the great-granddaughter of one of the former presidents of Football Australia found it in their garage or something when they were rummaging around. Took it into Football Australia and said, "Do you fancy this?" And they're like, "Yes, please."
Rekindled the ashes. If that
Absolutely. Did that of James Coleman from the FA was talking to me last night. He brought it down from Sydney, and he said he was driving so carefully. And he said some guy brake tested him just outside of Canberra, and he hit the brakes and he had a heart-in-mouth moment as this box with priceless heirloom is sat on his seat.
Slipped under the dashboard and came down in splinters.
Quick bit of super glue together. Thankfully, it survived the journey. Great bit of football history, wasn't it?
Yeah. Playing.
Crescas fell over there, and Foxall's looking to play Neelan, not the pass that Steve Neelan wanted.
We gave him a big rap, and he's not been in the game, has he, really?
Yeah, no, that was our fault.
It must be.
Focused on him on kickoff. It's not happened for him at the moment. Tkachenko, Barach, nice idea. Now Manda will get after it, but should be Sakamoto's ball. Well, it wasn't. Manda did enough to force the corner, and well, they scored off one of these with Crescas' header. Now the chance to load the box again.
Yeah, I mean, Monaro have got a lot of players outside the box. I mean, there's 3 players just in the centre circle or near the centre circle that have got nobody to mark. So you would automatically think Tuggeranong can get people forward. They've got too many in the penalty area for the defensive roles they've got to play.
Ryan Straub will take. Whips it in towards Deep Jones, who wins the header. He was never going to trouble Callum Cook, but again, it was a Panthers head first on the ball.
Yes, it was. And if you get a chance to watch the replay, Maynard Smith makes a run in towards the near post and the penalty area, and he actually finds a lot of space.
It's a good delivery again from Straub.
You see him going there now.
We can see it on our replay screens, and yeah, there was room there. Danny Barrett's taking up that position on the near post again, the goal poaching position, if you like. Well, won by Straub. Pena sends it forward. Gaia loops it back. Foxall got through the first challenge, finds Neelan. Deep Jones stabbed it away. Davies.
Can't say that it's been all one-way traffic, can you?
Well, you would think back to Bevan Foxall's chance at 0-0. Good save from Milic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And now there's trouble. That's not a good
ball
ball from Dominici. Head in hands moment for him.
Yeah.
He knows that he could have put Barach away there.
And he knows he should have. It's the sort of ball that, in his heyday, Stephen Dominici would have done with his eyes closed.
I mean, it's the sort of ball he should have been doing now.
Yeah.
To be honest.
It was simple enough, wasn't it? He saw it, didn't execute. Happens to us all.
Tuggeranong United searching for a way back into this. 10 minutes to the break. They're 2-0 down. Just about hanging on in there.
Yeah, it hasn't been one-way traffic. I mean, they've given as good as they've got. They've just conceded those really two poor goals from their point of view.
Walker. Nodded away.
By Barrach.
Doing the defensive work. Mine at Smith. Had to be won by Sakamoto. Now Neelan. Kreska's gone back with him. Rides the first one. Past Gaia. That's excellent work from Steve Neelan again.
Only one person in the box.
Yeah.
It's just too hard to pick him out. I mean,
Steve Neelan needs to be finding Steve Neelan in those situations, doesn't he?
Well, he's quick enough to get on the end of both, isn't he?
I mean, that's a couple of times now that Panthers players have tried to bring him down.
And
he skipped past them as if they're not there. There is an outlet there for Tuggeranong. Plus, there's a warning for the Panthers just to be a little bit careful. Lawrence. Foxall, has he stayed on side? He has. Only Neelan in the middle at the moment. 3 Panthers players comes to meet him. That's a good ball, though, for Lawrence.
Poor touch.
Might have done better. Deep Jones will get rid of this. Kind of skipped off the line as well. Ian Peterkin wants to take the throw. Lawrence with Guy, and that will be a Panthers ball. Peterkin got a piece of it. Davies back to Walker. If Tuggeranong could get one back before half-time, I say if, of course, not concede again, Steve, despite it not being the best of halves, they'd probably go into the break feeling like they're still in the contest.
I think Mitch Stevens has set them up to stay in it for as long as they can. And maybe that is till half-time. And then he will tweak things to actually make them more positive in terms of pressing higher up the park, perhaps. But certainly, they can't afford to concede another.
Neelan. Deep Jones too tight.
Yeah. I mean, the pace of Manuel and Neelan has got them worried. There's no doubt about that. And it may well be that Monaro might even change their shape to deal with it.
They've had the 2 moments that matter so far.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Tuggeranong might have got one back when they hit the post, but Monaro,
but as you say, it's not been. Sorry, Steve. As you say, it's not been one-way traffic.
No,
by any
it's
stretch
not.
of the imagination.
No. And you could argue that Monaro are doing well on the counter at the moment, because the last 5 to 10 minutes, it's been all.
It's too close to Illich. From Walker. Sakamoto needs to judge it. Manda. Well won by Foxall. Becoming more into it now, Bevan Foxall.
Yep. Last 2 involvements have been good.
Here he is taking on Ryan Straub and Gaia and sending it across. That's excellent work.
Yeah, but you've got to have people in the box. It's just wasted energy.
It's a tap in if there's a centre forward there, wasn't it?
And I guess it's one of the negative points of having 2 up front.
Well, neither are a classic 9, are they?
No.
Here goes Straub. Sorry, Steve, come back to that in a second. Dominici. Kreskas. Dominici again. Room for Kachenko. Can strike a football. Opens up for Kachenko, and it's not far away.
Good effort. Good effort. Very patient football, yeah.
Back to your point about the middle not having a 9.
Yeah, Emmanuel probably the closest thing they've got to it, but he's really somebody that wants to get at fullbacks and use his pace and get in behind, and then got to have numbers in the box. But
much like Neelan as well.
Yeah, exactly the same. And that means that the midfielders, the attacking midfielders, have got to get into the penalty box. You know, you can have one of Emmanuel and Neelan wide and one in the middle, but they can't do it by themselves. They've got to have support in there.
Foxall tried to play for Neelan. Angle's okay. Makes you wonder if Tuggeranong could get an out-and-out genuine 9. I mean, these two, and Neelan won't be there next year, as we know he's off to MacArthur, but had them either side of a genuine 9, there'd be a real threat up there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But there's not many around, are there?
No, but maybe they've got to look further back. And they played Walker as a central defender. And maybe next year, if they can find themselves a central defender, maybe they can push Walker further forward and into his more natural attacking role. He's done a good job at 9, don't get me wrong, but they do miss that sort of player that can be dangerous on and around the edge of the box, bring players into play.
Well, there's a chance to break again. Foxall, again, Neelan will get after it, and again, Guile will stay with him and use his strength. I think Neelan might have won a corner here. He has indeed.
Yeah.
Marco Guy's no slouch, but...
in a foot race then, wasn't he? Well,
here's another chance from a set piece. Pena again. This has been Tuggeranong's best route so far to cause him problems. Can Pena pick out the right ball? Whipped into that near post, and they have got one back. And it's a beautiful finish from Sam Walker. And that's exactly what we were talking about. Tuggeranong right back in the contest.
Yeah, that livens the evening up for sure. Great header, great delivery in. And we were talking about before, weren't we, the height advantage that Monaro have being negated by the quality of the service into the penalty area. And Walker on the end of that brings them back into the game, and we've got something to play for here. Yeah,
it was a near post volley, in fact, Steve.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he got his foot up there and steered it past the goalkeeper into the near post.
I would have swore it was a header. But anyway, either way, it's in the back
it's a goal, yeah. It was a volley of some repute. Good delivery by Pena. And as I mentioned about 5 minutes ago, if Tuggeranong could get one back before half-time, well, they're right back in this contest again.
Yeah, you go back to that moment where Stephen Dominici could have got Daniel Barrach away, and that would have made it 3-0, or possibly made it 3-0. And now Tuggeranong bounce back.
Just goes to show finals football, you can never take anything for granted. And that's a credit to Steve Neelan's effort to get there and force Gaia into the mistake and win the corner.
Look, Tuggeranong have a game plan that Emmanuel and Neelan are going to make runs in behind the back line.
And we've seen these boys this year. They can do this all night.
Yeah. And I think you know it's there. You know what they're going to do. It's another thing at being able to deal with it.
Yeah, wonderful finish from Sam Walker. Just after we were talking about him being a focal point that they might need up top, there he is.
Yeah, proving the point.
Second goal in 3 games now for Walker.
Yeah, I think had he been playing in his more natural forward position, you'd probably get him, especially with the likes of Neelan providing service in wide areas.
It'd be an absolute dream for a centre-forward to have those guys either wide of him. It's like when you've got Thomas James playing with you and you just take up a good position, he drifts past people. Here's Lawrence for Tuggeranong. Kreskus in with a challenge with Foxall. Breaks for Straub. Comes off Davies. Pena won the header. Barachton's crunching back into the tackle. All a bit scrappy in the middle there.
It's a battle.
And Barach comes away with it. Cole Falco shanks one out of play.
Yeah, a little bit more composure and he might have got Neelan away. And there's bags of space on the other side of the park and do want to run into it.
Into the final minute or so of the first half, depending on what we get, stoppage time-wise. What we have got is a match. Panthers, who were looking quite calm at 2-0. Still don't look too flustered, but all of a sudden Tuggeranong have got the wind beneath their sails. Neelan, brilliant, and gets it back from Emmanuel. It's just the precociousness and exuberance of youth.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, he gets a touch around there, Dylan Deep Jones, and then he's away again. Oh, he's done one.
Sakamoto bursting through a couple. Emmanuel allowed to turn.
Yeah, play it.
Well, there's nothing subtle about the way Tuggeranong are playing right now, is it? But it's working for them. Foxall wins it back, just putting sheer pressure on Monaro and, well, running hard and straight.
And I think...
that's what they used to say when you're playing rugby, just run hard and straight.
I
Not
think,
quite that.
Foxall's increased involvement in the game has made a difference to how Tuggeranong can get forward.
Lawrence back for Peter Kim. We're into stoppage time. Walker. Falco's ball was looking for the run of Sakamoto.
Yeah. They're certainly prepared to get Lawrence high up the pitch.
Pena. Flick finds Emmanuel.
He's got to do better.
Just ran into deep. Jones showed far too much of the ball to him. Peterkin's going to get there. Barach gave it up. Lawrence keeps it in. He's happy to take on Crescas and beat Crescas and deliver. And Emmanuel scoops it up and over. And Tuggeranong United finishing the half on a high. The last chance of the half, in fact. And Steve Forshaw, Smith Stevens, halfway through that half, might have been a little bit worried. Now he'll be taking him into the half-time break, thinking, well, I didn't want it to end.
I think if he was going to go into the half-time break, only one goal behind, he would be absolutely delighted. This gives him a chance now to do the sort of things that he'll need to do to make them improve in terms of the quality in the final third, the pressure that they put on Monaro, playing balls in behind for Neeland and Emmanuel. But we've got a game on our hands here. This has not been a game where Monaro have been able to dominate possession and create a skinful of chances. It's been a half where Tuggeranong have played their part. So the second half, Tuggeranong can come out of here and at least try and get that equaliser, if not get a winner.
2 goals in 4 minutes from Daniel Barach and Monaro Panthers, dreaming of the preliminary final. At the moment, that dream's on hold. Sam Walker's pulled one back 3 minutes before half-time, and at the break here, Panthers are ahead, but only just. It's Monaro Panthers 2, Tuggeranong United 1. Welcome back to Stryda Park, where we're set for the second half of the elimination final between Monaro Panthers and Tuggeranong United. A reminder, the winners go through to play Canberra, Croatia in the preliminary final. Next week at half-time, 2 goals from Daniel Badac have Monaro Panthers precariously leading Tuggeranong United by 1-0. I'm Russ Gibbs. Steve Forshaw is 2 goals to 1. I meant here because Sam Walker scored just before half-time. I'm Russ Gibbs. Steve Forshaw is with me. I'm just a bit distracted because I was checking out some scores I hadn't seen today. Under 16s Boys Premier League results have come through. O'Connell Knights 0, Canberra Olympic 2. League champions beaten there. Canberra Croatia 1, O'Connell United 1. Croatia winning by 4 goals to 2 on penalties.
Penalties, yeah.
Over at GEO, 1-1 at half-time, ANU versus Juventus. Steve Forshaw, don't think there's any changes. Haven't seen any at the moment. No. I'm looking around. What are you expecting in the second half? Tuggeranong to do much of the same as they did in the first half? I
think they'll tweak some things. I think they'll try and get forward and press a little higher. Nothing to lose now. They're 45 minutes, still a goal behind. They've found a way past the back three of Monaro through Neeland and Emmanuel. What they want to avoid, of course, is what happened to them here earlier in the season, where they conceded a lot of goals in a very short period of time, having been in the game at half-time.
A reminder that if it's necessary, extra time and penalties will be in play. Gareth Biggs gets us underway. Ryan Straub finds Marco Gaia. Halfway through the first half, it looked very much plain sailing for the Panthers.
Yeah, they were in a very good position, but Tuggeranong have fought their way back.
Fernando, Deep Jones. What if we will see a noticeably deeper setup for Panthers, or do they constrict the midfield before those passes can come? It's one of those difficult questions.
Yeah, that's the conundrum they face. Do they actually step up and stay compact, which I think would be the better way to do it, and get pressure on Tuggeranong so that those balls can't be played in behind, which probably means that Illich has got to play a little bit higher, sweep a keeper, but he can do that. But
I think Tuggeranong would like a bit of room in midfield to manoeuvre with Foxall and Jabby Davis. They can carry the ball forwards.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is a conundrum, isn't it? Because if you compact that midfield and stop that at source, you could get caught with the ball over the top.
That's right.
If you then go straight, you might allow Foxall and Davies to exploit that. Best thing to go about it, I guess, from Panthers is go get another one. Foxall, and this is the point I'm making, turning and driving, then too heavy. Otherwise, that was a chance.
Yeah, he could have released too. Neeland had made a great run. He could have released, but again, started on the front foot. You've got to give it to this Tuggeranong side. They will not lie down.
It's been a habitual part of their culture for many, many years.
Yeah, very strong team spirit. They all work hard for each other, and they all work hard for 90 minutes. Today, they'll be looking forward to getting an equaliser and perhaps working hard for 120.
But that's pretty solid in that challenge with Walker. All the angst came from the fans rather than anyone on the field. Marnett Smith allowed to turn and slide that one for Dominici. Badac tries to return the favour. I think it's going to run out of play. Might have been offside anyway, but we will never know.
Decent bit of football, though. Dominici's little flick was just divine. Barrett's got on the end of it, tried to reverse it back to him, and unfortunately just overcooked it.
Bit more football on tonight for those of you that really want to get up at 2 a.m. to watch England v Andorra.
Wasn't she in Bewitched?
Andorra?
Yeah.
Was that Pandora? Box? Yeah, the box to open. Andorra's box? Andorra? I don't know. I mean, England are going to play them. I'm sure it's going to be 1-0. Harry Kane with a penalty late on. World Cup qualifiers, isn't it?
Yep. Germany got beat.
They did by Slovakia. No such problems for Australia. They're already there.
Yeah.
World Cup qualification already done. Tick that one off. Piece of cake, wasn't it, in the end?
Never looked like missing out. I mean, there's only 111 teams gone.
Well, that's the next one, isn't it? If you don't get an invite to the next party, you're not liked by anyone.
There you go. Long throw here.
Falco to launch it then. Peterkin's gone forwards. Neeland's in there too. Emmanuel's there as well. This is the kind of position he really likes. Walker's gone forward for Tuggeranong. Plenty to aim for. Can one of those in green get the telling contribution. That's going to be too close to Ilic, I think.
Not a good throw.
No.
I think it slipped out of his hands. I sound like a broken record because every time I see him take one of those throws, I keep thinking to myself, take some pace, take some distance off, get some more pace on. Better ball in.
Clearly, Cole Falco doesn't watch the highlights back.
Well, he might do.
He chooses to ignore you.
Wouldn't be the first time.
No. Quite a few Tuggeranong players ignored you in your time, haven't they?
Oh, yes. I can think of at least a squad and a half.
At least. Proper harsh, that was. Minus Smith's touch. Peterkins played it into the path of Manda. Looking to some players to get around him. Kachenko's trying to find the space. That's not his best either. He's not a great evening, Robbie Kachenko, tonight. He's usually far more effective, isn't he?
I haven't mentioned him a lot.
I think he's a little bit out of position for him, really, isn't it? He does his best work a bit wider than this central role.
Yes, and I think the fact that Tuggeranong are prepared to miss the midfield out in the main makes it a little bit more difficult for the opposition midfield to be in the game.
Big kick from Cook. Kreska's header. Walker away. Should be Deep Jones's. Oh, and there's a little bit of a miscommunication there between him and Marco Guy. I think Guy running across Deep Jones' path didn't help.
So here we go, launch again.
Yeah, Falco to send it. There's your...
That'll be my phone?
Your usual phone call from the wife. Well, your dad at this time normally, isn't it? Is that Ben Townsley?
Yeah.
Tell him,
should
come
know
on,
better.
Ben.
Should know better.
Here's a chance for them. Falco to send it. Ilic has come a long way again and just claims it. And do you want to say it?
No.
Throws it out for Manda. Thoughts about going long, then decides to check. Kachenko back for Fernando. Tuggeranong have scored once in each of their last 10 games now, dating back to a loss to Tigers. Bevan Foxall scored both of his last 2. Can he make it 3 from 3? That would put the game right back.
Oh, that would make it interesting.
Manuel's won that, and he's got Nealon ahead of him. If you can pick him out, here goes Steve Nealon. He's quick enough to get away. Does he have the composure? No, he doesn't. He's put it wide, and the chance has gone begging.
And that was the one, wasn't it? That was the one. I mean, how well does Emmanuel do? I mean, he does everything right. Wins the ball, plays the ball, perfect weight. Nealon, odds-on favourite to find the corner of the net. Unfortunately, from a Tuggeranong point of view, he's rolled it wide.
And there will be no one crosser in the stadium than himself.
Well, Mitch Stevens, maybe.
He will feel he should have scored there, Steve Nealon.
He will.
Once he got away, it just felt the net was going to bulge again.
Now, does that mean Monaro have got to up the ante? Because they've just had a let-off.
It's a big let-off as well. A glorious moment for Tuggeranong to square this one up.
There's 2 one-on-ones where they've hit the post, which doesn't count as a shot on target, apparently, and rolled it wide.
If you think about it, hit the post. They've had that one that rolled wide. Ilic has made that brilliant save from Bevan Foxall. And they probably created the better chances, Tuggeranong here.
Yeah.
But they trail, and it's all about taking those chances.
And that's the difference, isn't it? If you've got somebody like Barrach that's in such good form.
It was 10 shots to 6 at half-time in favour of Panthers. I'm struggling to recall the 10 shots. But, I mean, that was a glorious chance.
Yeah, that should have been 2-2.
Kind of chance that Steve Nealon's been popping away with regularity.
It's Nealon's bread and butter.
The good thing about Steve Nealon is it probably won't bother him too much. Off he goes, looking to find Nealon, looking to find Emmanuel.
Well, he found Nealon.
Found himself, didn't he? Here he is against Deep Jones. Gets a shot away, beaten away, and Nick Emmanuel was, well, just off balance. Otherwise, he would have been making it 2-2.
Monaro are in trouble here.
On the back foot, aren't they?
Yeah. All credit to...
And here goes Dominici at the other ends. That's a Freudian slip that worked out, wasn't it? Nealon to Nealon. He did.
I tell you what. Could you tell me the winner of the Melbourne Cup?
Couldn't have made that any better myself, isn't it? Here goes Manda at the other end. That's a good sliding challenge.
And that's a
Tuggeranong
goal
have
kick.
come out firing here.
Yeah, full of brimstone. Full of fire and brimstone.
Shots
Doing
on
really
target, it says 3 apiece. So there you go, in terms of shots on target.
What, in this half?
No, in total.
Oh, in total.
Yeah. So the attempts, obviously 10-6 is attempts on goal. Shots
Yeah,
on target,
yeah.
3-3.
3-3.
That, like you say, doesn't include the one that hit the post.
No.
Or the one that went wide.
But of the 3 that have been on target for Monaro, 2 of them in the back of the net. 66%.
Well, one of them was cleared off the line.
Yeah.
In the same move. There is genuine hope here for Tuggeranong United. They've been in behind a couple of times. Well, that's a sore one for Fikedi Manda. You know, they have to stop that because it's a head knock. Luke Sakamoto caught him inadvertently. They both went for the ball. The Claw weren't happy. They might have started launching gummy bears over the top at Luke Sakamoto. Steve Dominici is getting involved for no reason. I mean, why does he need to come and get involved?
Started a few seconds before.
Yeah.
They were having a chat with each other. And Dominici wanted to have a go at him for the challenge on Manda, I think.
Who's okay now.
Yeah.
And Luke Sakamoto's fine, and Steve Dominici's fine. And the Claw aren't fine. There's not been that much angst in the Claw since they found out the price of red frogs went up.
Oh, that would be a heartbreak.
Horrendous. We're going to get on with it. Everyone said hello to each other and asked them what they're doing later on this evening. And off we go. Cole Falco just gives the ball back. That was nice of him.
I'm not sure he was trying to. I think
We
he
can
was,
just all settle down and get on with the game of football.
I think he was trying to get a throw.
Does that show you perhaps how angst-ridden the Monaro are right now? A little bit up against it. They're
Well,
winning the game. They're 2-1 up.
It's hard to tell because Stephen Dominici doesn't mind a little chat and a little bit of controversy, but they are rattled. There is no doubt about it. Tuggeranong have started this second half better.
Manda, what have the Panthers got in reply? Kachenko, Deep Jones, a lot of quality, a lot of experience. Helped on by Jabi Davies. Marco Gaia.
Great ball.
Barach tried to turn. Peterkin is back there. Walker for Tuggeranong. Every minute that goes by, Tuggeranong will feel they're still in this contest if they can just get a chance for one of their speedy front suit.
Yeah.
The point is, and I spoke about this with Lukman Ahmed Shaibu before in the game before, and we're talking about moments in games and taking your chances in finals. It's all about who takes the chances, isn't it? And we're seeing that at the moment.
Yeah, and Tuggeranong have just sort of had 2 really good chances that they've not been able to take, and you know, you worry for them that might come back and bite them. But all credit to them, they've come out in the start of the second half. I mean, I think we were talking about it briefly that Mitch Stevens would want them to play with a little bit more intensity, and they have. They've just come out and sort of really put it to Monaro. And Monaro are just sort of reduced to hitting hopes at the moment.
Deep Jones launches that one forward. Sent towards Dominici. Kachenko did really well. Shirt being pulled off his back as well. And then runs into Walker. I think the space was taken by Dominici where he wanted to go. Pena can bring it forward for Tuggeranong. Look how stretched it is. Neelan in behind. Illich has come to meet it, and that one's down towards the river.
Down by the Lazy River. Good goalkeeping, good starting position. Got there, made sure no danger.
Well, here comes another Cole Falco.
Wonder if he'll take some off this.
Well, maybe he will. We will see.
I think it's been engraved on his heart with a Buren. Go long,
The old
go
Buren.
high.
Unbelievably. There's a bit of push and shove in the penalty area.
Yeah, they're looking for a penalty. Not going to get it while the ball's out of play.
The last thing they want to do here is get a soft foul away on Heath Illich. And that's where this is heading, isn't it? Often when you see this, as soon as it's in, the whistle gets blown.
The referee's going to sort it out.
And the free kick's given to the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
After we've had this lengthy chat. What's Cole Falco got up his sleeve? I wonder. Incoming long throw, number 612 of the season. drops it a bit shorter this time. There was a bit of a coming together in the penalty area. Marco Gar, a little bit of a shove afterwards as well on Ewan Peterkin. Oh. They're all on side here. Dylan Deep-Jones dropped deep. Everybody else came out. Pena now Minus Smith. That's a lovely pass. And he's found Manda. And that's a great challenge from Bevan Foxall. Superb.
Great defender. Great defender.
What a pass from Minus Smith as
well
there.
Brilliant. But Emmanuel should have done better with the chest control in the other box. They were in a good position.
And does well to come across and help out.
Can't fault this boy's effort. He'll give you 100% all the time.
Well, it's an elimination final, and it feels like one.
Yeah. But Tuggeranong made a good start, but they've got to keep that back door shut. They don't want to concede a third. He said, obviously.
Half an hour to go. 2-1 Panthers.
Yeah, when do they start managing the game? That's a pull throw.
Here comes Falco.
Oh.
Ricochets around. It might fall for Foxall, who's brought down by Manda.
That's got to be a card, surely.
And Gareth Biggs has left the cards in his pocket today.
Why?
No, he hasn't. There he is. He did find it. First yellow card of the night for Kenny Manda.
You're not going to get away with that, surely. I mean, at the first half, there was a very similar challenge from Fernando, I think it was, wasn't it?
In the very early stages. And I can understand perhaps why he didn't card that one, because it will set the tone for everything else.
But this is,
but Manda's not getting away with that.
No. I mean, you're 15 minutes into the second half, and Tuggeranong are on the break, lifting with no choice, really.
Walker will take this free kick. A trio of Panthers subs. Paul McCaw is not a happy man with what he's seeing here. Walker to send it through. Nodded down by Manda. Sakamoto breaks for Dominici. He sends it forward for Balach to chase. Looks like three of them are ready to go, Steve.
Yeah, it looks like it.
This will be interesting to see who, what, when, where and how. Free kick goes the way
of Dominici.
Of Steve Dominici. Nikos Kalfas is over there warming up, isn't he?
Yeah, does that mean...
Patrick Mitchell's there as well, I think.
Does
and
that
Zach
mean,
McLaren, I believe.
Manda, perhaps?
Well, it might be. Kalfas would suggest one of the forwards, or one of the wide players. We would see. Free kick for Fernando. Lifts it into the area. Manda's under it, but they've been beaten to it. Tuggeranong can bring it away again. Deep-Jones. Manuel sticks a leg out. And this might make the changes. Well, they put the bibs on now. In fact, there's four of them going through the motions. I'm wondering whether or not they were just went out without the bibs.
Might just
because they looked like they were ready to come on, didn't they?
Yeah, it might have been... we'll just go and warm up, boys, and we'll give them a bit of a...
Yeah, often you don't see them warming up without the bibs. Maybe they just forgot to bring them.
Yeah.
It does look like three of them are ready to come on. And it wouldn't surprise me because the start of the second half of the Panthers has been shoddy, I think is the word to describe it.
Not sure that you'd make 3 or 4 changes, though. I mean, that's a big ask for everybody to come in and fix the problem.
Straub. Maybe it was just, like you say, psychological.
Yeah.
Get them out there and look like they're going to bring them on.
Yeah.
I can imagine that they would look at the midfield and think of Zach McLaren might be what they need in there to just start bossing that again because they're second best at the moment. Manda, they do have a lot of quality going forward, though, and could do untold damage. But here we go in that big gap in midfield again. Davis finds Foxall. He's got room to motor. Nealon ahead of him.
Yeah, it's put him into a bad spot there.
Does he get the corner kick?
No.
He doesn't. To ricochet back off Steve Nealon. But there's that gap in midfield again, Steve. Is this where Zach McLaren might be forced into action? Might have to be.
Absolutely. I mean, they're just being outnumbered in midfield, and I think, they're playing with 2 6s, so they shouldn't be in any sort of real danger. But they're not winning, not marking, and they're not getting close enough to stop the Tuggeranong players coming forward. And maybe they're just committing too many players forward.
Here comes a trio of changes.
Yeah.
As foretold. Now, who's going off?
Fernando.
Fernando. Chris Christian Kreskas. And Stephen Dominici, perhaps.
Is it?
He's wandering over that way.
Yeah. Well, it's been a standard change in the last few weeks for Dominici. He's not a happy chap, I don't think. But is this, as you suggest, shore it up and hang on to what we've got? We shall wait and see.
So there's your 3 changes. Patrick Mitchell on at the back for Fernando. Zach McLaren into midfield for Christian Kreskas.
Kalfas has gone wide right.
For Dominici. So Kalfas has actually gone out where the Kreskas was. Well, it's a slight change in shape, isn't it?
Yeah.
Looks like there's only one up top at the moment. So it wasn't a psychological ploy.
No.
Paul McCall was not happy with what he's seen in the first, what have we had, 20 minutes of the second half, and I can't blame him either.
No, they've started poorly in comparison to Tuggeranong, who've really increased the intensity and have been the better side for the first 20.
Sakamoto back to Falco.
Ball.
Space in midfield again for Davies. Pena, great dummy from Gareth Biggs, outstanding work. Get him in the can-can line in the Moulin Rouge.
What colour?
Swept into the middle. It's a good ball from out wide from Lawrence.
It was a great ball.
Cole Falco's got some room to run into. Lofts it towards Neelan. Just too high.
Yeah.
Still fighting away. He's won it back from Marco Gaia. Bit of lackadaisical defending from Marco Gaia. And again, he's won it back, Steve Neelan.
Just sums up where they're at the moment. Monaro, they're just half a yard off the pace.
Leaden-footed in the second half.
They've gone to a 4.
Conor Smith is ostensibly a false 9 here, I think, isn't he? Barat Manda perhaps supposed to be the wider of the 2 outside him. I'm not sure. We haven't seen him in a forward run yet, have we?
No.
Here's Lawrence for Tuggeranong. No one to hit in the penalty area for him at all. Pena. Emmanuel. Tuggeranong's bench, what have they got? Dylan Burkray, a defender. Tim Santos, a defender. Anthony Antoniak, a centre-forward who won the Golden Boot in the reserves. Scored again today. Is 19th of the season, I think there is. And Luke Stevens as well. Is it too much to ask the young boy to get on there and maybe nick you a goal?
Well, you can guarantee one thing. If they don't put him on, he won't score. So you might as well risk it, but you don't have to risk it yet. There's still 25 to go. But I think, you know, another 5-6 minutes, you might seriously be thinking about getting a genuine 9 to play through the middle.
Zach Lawrence is getting a lot of room down there, and he's won himself a throw. Now, this is a perfect position for Cole Falco, because this could be the flat one you were talking about. It needs to be. And they'll crowd the penalty area. They'll make life difficult for Illich. Can they get a touch on it? Illich is going to come through the crowd. Got a touch on it. It's loose in front of goal. The whistle goes.
You could just about guarantee it, couldn't you? But Illich came and didn't get anywhere near it. No, maybe he was impeded, maybe he wasn't. We won't know until we see the replay, but not the best beat of goalkeeping he's done tonight.
Came, saw, and, well, what's the opposite of didn't conquer?
Surrendered.
Yeah. Had a bit of a flap at it. And there was a little touch of the near posts by Ewan Peterkin, I think it was.
Wasn't much enough.
Manda, Foxall.
Yeah.
And here goes Emmanuel again. Patrick Mitchell put on there specifically to use his pace. And he's done exactly that. Good defending from Mitchell.
Yep. But I think we're going to see replay number 28.
From the other side.
The mirror replay.
Cole
Be a
Falco.
bit dewy, just drying that ball off so that you can throw it into the river.
Illich once again under pressure. Into the area, comes through the crowd, didn't get it. Might come out for Pena, who hammers one in.
Wasn't a bad effort.
Came off of Kalfas. Falco won the header there again. Peterkin tries to turn. Half-hearted shouts from the crowd for a penalty nowhere near. And here goes Barach, perhaps on the break. First chance to see Kalfas. This is a player that could kill it off once and for all.
He could.
Nikos Kalfas, come on, and Smith lets it go for Kachenko. They've barely been a threat in this half, the Panthers. Wouldn't it be just like them to go and get one? Kachenko to pull it back. It's Kalfas, it's deflected. And it's hooked away. And it will be offside, I thought it might be. Robert Kachenko came off the field to come and play that ball.
Because you stay live, don't you? You go off the pitch.
Yeah. Returning back on.
It's an incident, just briefly, I'll give you an anecdote about what happened today in the under-15s game. Thrown down the line, defender headed it on to a player in an offside position.
Defender, oh dear, from a throw. Can't
throw.
be offside from a throw anyway.
That's right.
Yeah.
But the linesman, I was talking to him afterwards, the linesman said...
problem. Badac, has he left one on Cook there? He might get a card here, Daniel Badac. And there's a little bit of afters from Cole Falco. And there's a little bit of an unsavoury mix. Now I feel, and this is the old forward in me, that he's entitled to go for that. He wasn't going to get it.
No, but I think he's gone with studs up.
Let me have a look at the replay.
Yeah, it's late, very late.
It's not. I mean, it's a yellow card, nothing more. For Daniel Badac.
He's caught him with a sore one.
I mean, everything else afterwards is all a bit unnecessary, Steve.
Well, you could forgive the referee for giving one or two more yellow cards because of the retaliation. And you see it a lot. Always see the second thing in.
Third man in rugby league, is that what they call it?
Something
not
like
that. I
that.
really watch rugby league.
No.
Daniel Barrett's got a yellow card. He's pleading his innocence. I mean, I understand. He's entitled to go for the ball. He's not got it, so it's a yellow card. Let's just move on with the game.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he was deliberately trying to maim.
He was just trying to hook it goalwards.
Yeah.
And Callum Cook got there quick. Great bit of goalkeeping, really. Anyway, Barrett gets himself a yellow card.
It was
Gareth Big
back
gets
pass.
to have a chat to half of the population of Queanbeyan.
Tuggeranong goes through a passing drill.
Might just stymie the momentum they were building as well. Might be a good yellow card to take in that respect.
Yeah. I mean, they'll certainly want the goalkeeper to be up and about.
20 minutes to go.
Stevie Nealon will be thinking about that miss.
Well, we're getting into the realms of what-ifs now, aren't we? What if Bevan Foxall had bent that past Heath Illich in the first half? What if Nick Emmanuel shot had gone in off the post? What if Steve Nealon had buried that for 2-2? I mean, there's plenty of them, and it comes to every team, doesn't it? But you have to take your chances to win football matches.
Goals win games. And unfortunately for Tuggeranong, they haven't been able to take some of the better chances they've created. I mean, they've scored a wonderful goal, and it was the hardest chance of the lot.
And if they go on to lose this football match, there will be a lot of people patting Mitch Stevens on the back in his team and going, brilliant performance, well done. But it will hurt because
of course it will.
You're knocked out in a performance you play well. I think they're fed up of being everybody's underdog side that, everybody says, oh, didn't they do well? In perhaps a patronising kind of way.
Well, it's a sympathy vote, isn't it? And if there is to be an analgesic for that particular amount of pain, it is the fact that they were probably dark horses to make the four in the first place.
Do you know what? That's the most poetic point you've made all season, Steve.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I thought that was outstanding work. The analgesic to that particular pain. Oh dear, honestly. Glorious, glorious stuff.
I mean, this is why you pay me the big dollars.
100%.
Raise.
Kachenko to send it. Walker's headed down, finds Falco. Back to Walker again.
Sloppy.
Gives it away to McLaren. Kreskas.
Yeah, you do know that McLaren will give you a high energy input.
Minus Smith finds Straub. Clips it out here towards Kachenko. Manda and Barrett in the middle. Kalfas on the far post. It's come for Manda. Can Tuggeranong hit on the break again? Foxall and Nealon left it for each other. Emmanuel, rather.
Yeah.
Left it for each other.
Bit of confusion there.
And that's just that little bit of break might have helped out the Panthers here. Unnecessary free kick for Shabby Davies to concede, bundling over Zach McLaren.
Certainly, since the restart.
Well, they've gone quick with it. Kachenko. Tuggeranong not alert to this. And Robert Kachenko just stumbles into Luke Sakamoto, who stood his grounds and did well.
He did. He did. He's actually been quite solid in that left-hand side.
Can Tuggeranong find an equaliser to send this one potentially to extra time?
Not with balls like that, they won't. And certainly they need to get Nealon more involved than he's been in the last 5 minutes.
McLaren will keep that in. So I'm looking at this now, Steve, with quarter hour to go. I'm thinking chuck on Stevens, chuck on Antoniak, give the young boy a chance.
Yeah.
You may as well lose 3 or 4-1 at this stage.
I'd be tempted to push Walker up front as well.
I mean, and I wonder if you put on the boy from the 23s, how much Panthers would even know about him.
Well, there probably nothing at all. But I think one of the considerations Mitch will have is the lack of experience, and maybe brings on one of the defenders and pushes Walker further forward. And it's just another option, isn't it?
Chuck them all on. You may as well throw the kitchen sink at it. Man, they can't keep that in.
I mean, 15 minutes before, and your season's over.
Yeah.
So take some risks.
I once watched a game, it was Belconnen and O'Connor, might have been O'Connor. The game Belconnen got relegated, and they took off Max Green and Kreskas for the last quarter of an hour when they needed to win. Now, Marco Gaia is going to get a yellow card here, and quite rightly so as well.
Yeah.
And I don't think he has any complaints.
No. But I'll tell you something else. Had he not fouled, they were going nowhere. He lost the ball. So it's a bad one to get.
Yeah, and I was just going back to the point I made. They took on Max Green and Kreskas, and they needed their 2 leading goal scorers with a quarter of an hour to go. And again, they needed to win. And I could never understand the reasoning behind that. No. However, now we're looking at the opposite point of view, going, you've got 2 forward-oriented players on the bench. Is it time for a change? Now, Mitch Stevens will watch this back, no doubt, and will call me in the week and explain exactly why he's done what he's done.
He'll have reasons for doing what he does. Yeah, of course he will.
When you watch from a neutral perspective and you're thinking, well, as you said, 15 minutes to save your season.
Yeah.
Pena to take this free kick. They might not need 15 minutes. They might need 15 seconds. And it might come within the next 15 seconds. If Alessandro Pena can find the right quality.
That's new.
It's been helped on. Ilic has come through to the crowd to get it and uses every inch of his tall frame to do so.
Wasn't a particularly good free kick from Pena.
Kachenko. McLaren back for Kachenko again. A slide rule for Minot Smith. Kalfas in space. Gaia busts a gut to get outside him, and that's where it's gone. He may have overcooked that, though. Ewan Peterkin doesn't get there, and he will see yellow as well.
Yeah.
No real doubt about that one either.
There's some doubt about whether he actually made contact, but he certainly intended to. And the intention is enough.
So without a yellow card for a while, we've just had a flurry of 4 in the space of a few moments.
Flurry's not as good as analgesic.
I can't use that, it doesn't work. An analgesic of cards. Anyway, free kick. Panthers' turn to try and find the area.
Quiet, isn't it?
It is quiet. Ryan Straub whips it in, or came through the crowd. I'm not sure Cal Cook saw it till late.
I'm not sure he saw it at all. I'm not sure whether he got anything on that at all. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because they've cleared it.
Hit somebody or something in the way.
Monaro just starting to play a bit now, though. The changes have had the sort of impact that Paul would have wanted.
They are edging ever closer. Did come off Cook and a defender at the same time.
There you go.
Throw-in is causing a few problems. And since the Barach foul on the goalkeeper, as I might have suggested, Steve, it's taken the sting out of Tuggeranong a little bit, slowed them down. And there's another free kick. Wondering if they're just getting a bit tired now.
Maybe they've spent all their energy on that electric star for the first sort of 25 of the game, 25, 30 minutes, and maybe now they've just got to regroup. And maybe, as you're suggesting, they need fresh legs, if that is the case.
Straub to take again. Good ball in towards Deep Jones, Who's cross with himself. He's not hit the target. He got a piece of it.
He did, and I thought Cook should have come. It was in the air for a long time.
There's going to be a change for Tuggeranong at some stage, I think. There's a bit of a chat over on that far side.
Yeah. I wonder if you'd be tempted to throw Peterkin into the mix up front.
Along with Walker, Antoniak, Stevens, Neelan, Emmanuel, everybody else.
And Cook.
And Uncle Tom Copley and all. McLaren breaks for mine at Smith. Finds Straub. Kalfas allowed to turn and accelerate. Often that's dangerous with Nikos Kalfas because he can do that! And he may well have sealed it with some style. Allowed to turn, allowed to run, allowed to shoot, and buries Tuggeranong's hopes with it. 3-1.
What a shot. What a shot that is. I mean, that's given Cook from 25, 30 metres. That's given Cook absolutely no chance whatsoever. Tuggeranong backed off and much to their chagrin have found themselves on the end of a Kalfas special. Great goal. Great goal. But it's just in that last 5 minutes since that Barach challenge on the goalkeeper, Monaro have been gradually grinding Tuggeranong down, and now they've got that buffer that they were looking for.
Thrushed it past Cal Cook. Not a chance for the goalkeeper. Mitch Stevens will look back at it and wonder how he was allowed to turn. And now Manda from Barach. The crowd's ganders up now. You said it was quiet, Steve. It's got a bit louder.
Yeah, that's certainly brought
particularly from those of a Panthers persuasion.
Yeah, it's brought them to life, hasn't it? Drums are beating. Fernando?
He's gone off.
Oh, no.
Maybe he's beating the drums, is he? Kachenko. Straub, who created that with that ball for Kalfas, but there was an awful lot of work to do.
Oh, he did well. I mean, you just can't afford to let players like Kalfas run into that sort of space. He's got a lethal finish. Not the first time we've seen Kalfas score from that sort of range.
Manda. And the substitution pays off for Paul McCourt.
Yeah.
And Tuggeranong are now in that what-if realm.
Yeah, well, now it's kitchen sink time.
Still no changes at the moment.
No, maybe he's just sort of happy to be in the semi-finals.
Well, they have made one change, my apologies. Just down in front of us, they have thrown on young Antoniak.
Yes.
While they were
I did see you went off, and I can't remember who it was now.
While they were celebrating the goal. And give the young boy a chance, but it might be too little, too late for him.
Neelan burrowing away. He's
still battering their way down that side, isn't he? So, golden boot from the 23s is on. We'll figure out who it was in a moment. I think it might have been Alessandro Pena.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I saw somebody going off, but
looks like he's gone off.
With my usual lack of attention to detail, I've missed who it was.
May have been the proverbial case of shutting the door after the horse has bolted kind of thing.
Yeah.
Too late, perhaps, but you never know. Football's a funny old business.
Well, if they can get one quickly, then they can put the pressure back on. But at the moment, it's Monaro's to lose.
Straub.
And they've just started to knock, since the substitutions, they've really just started to knock it around reasonably well.
McLaren gets away from Davies and comes back into it. Emmanuel putting the pressure on Mitchell. Kachenko, nicely done, but Antoniak's there. Back for Falco. I don't think Cole Falco will be back next year, but he's been a good servant to Tuggeranong United.
He's been very handy. Not just because of the throw. I think he's held his own as a defender, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been a genuinely nice lad as well.
Yeah.
Forever etched in the Tuggeranong United Football Card Hall of Fame by the Burin.
Yeah, I just wish he'd take something off his throws.
Foxall. Can Tuggeranong give themselves a glimmer? It's come off the back of Sakamoto. Antoniak sorts himself out. How's it go?
I'll tell you what, wasn't a bad effort either. Very confident young man.
Yes. Curled away from goal.
It did.
19 times he scored this season in the 23s.
In 21 games.
He scored in 22, scored again. I don't know how many of them he's played, but did score a really nice goal this morning. Had a chance to make it 2 with a little lob that wasn't too far away.
Perhaps one for the future.
Tuggeranong need him to be one for the here and now if they're to keep their season alive. Neelan over on that far side.
Got the free kick. Oh, don't be silly. Tough kid in there.
Here come changes for Tuggeranong. Zach Lawrence making way.
Berkray on.
There's Tim Santos has come on.
Who's that?
Luke Stevens.
Luke Stevens.
Not sure who win off the second one. Stevens will take it.
Sakamoto go off?
Looks like it. Can't see him out there. Unless he's hiding in the penalty area. Luke Stevens first. Ball in.
That's a good header. It's a good win from Gaia.
Santos. First involvement. Foxhall. Not quite Foxhall Motors.
Oh, that is not good.
It's terrible, wasn't it? Barach to send it into the middle. Marnett Smith was the target. Cook took it well enough. Time, the enemy for Tuggeranong United. Less than 5 minutes plus stoppage time. They will look back on this at moments they've had.
Yeah, they will. They'll look back on that Neelan chance and think that might have been 2 all different game. But Monaro weathered the storm, came back strong. Kaufas, creme de la creme.
We've seen some goals here this season at this venue.
Yep.
You saw a cracker from Nick Taneski earlier. That was right up there for Kaufas as well.
It was a fabulous finish. I mean, I've only seen it on the replay, but what a shot.
Didn't you watch it live? Are you talking about the Kaufas one or the Taneski?
Taneski one.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Kaufas a minute. I'm like, you're right here, mate. Foxhall. Yeah, it was some hit to watch live as well. You can imagine from the angle we're here and when he strikes it.
Yeah, you'd see it all the way. Unfortunately, the goalkeeper won't see it until he sees the replay.
So Tuggeranong United season petering out here after a fine effort. Where would you, when you were at the start of the year, Stephen, glancing back, where were you thinking that they might finish Tuggeranong? Did you think that this is an overachievement for this squad? Or we'll come back to that in a minute because Manda's spotted Cook off his line and he sent them through to the preliminary final with a finish of sun class for Kenny Manda with a cracker, and the Panthers are home and host.
Yeah, that's, I mean, it's a wonderful finish, perfectly executed, but that's a bit hard on Tuggeranong because they've certainly played their part in this. But Monaro will meet Canberra, Croatia in next week's semi-final to get themselves a position in the final to play Tigers. So, yeah, class finish, class finish. To go back to your original question, my tip at the beginning of the season that Tuggeranong were a dark horse for the Final Four. So I think they've achieved exactly where they should have. I mean, have they benefited from the demise of Gungahlin and O'Connor Knight? Maybe. But, you know, you play against whoever's in front of you and you do as well as you can in the competition that you're in. And as far as I can see, Tuggeranong have been worthy finalists and they've made a fist of it tonight.
Yeah, 4-1 flatters the Panthers somewhat tonight. Jack Elwood's come on to replace Fakedi Manda, whose last touch of the ball was that glorious finish.
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, people will say Cook should have been on his line, but they're trying to get into the game, so you can understand why he wasn't. Jesus. Yeah, he's
Dylan Burke is on as well.
But again, that Monaro ability to score goals in quick succession. They've done it again in the second half. They did it in the first half. How long was it between the two goals?
In the first half, 2 in 4 minutes. In the second half, 2 in 7.
It's uncanny.
45 now at this venue this season. Dylan Berkeley came on for Ewan Peterkin, just to clear up the admin work. And 4-1, like I say, flatters the Panthers somewhat. It's kind of the result that we thought we were going to get at 2-0 halfway through the first half. Off they go again. Scorching run from Minot Smith. McLaren.
Quality player.
Have the Panthers got enough in their locker to win against Croatia next week and maybe go all the way? Can you win from third, beating fourth, second, first?
Yeah, you can.
Do you think they can? Is the question.
Yeah, well,
without putting you on the spot.
Look, I think they can win next week. Definitely. I mean, they've already beaten Canberra Croatia once this year. Canberra Croatia had the wood on them earlier in the season, but they've beaten Canberra Croatia at Deakin Stadium. So they can do it again. They can do it again.
It'll be some occasion next week, I think.
But they certainly can't play like they did at the start of the second half and hope to beat Canberra Croatia. If they come out and play or are dominated by Canberra Croatia at any period of the game, then Canberra Croatia will beat them. We know what sort of quality they've got.
Here goes Gaia. Is there another one for them? Badach to tee one up. A great feat. Minot Smith just didn't get his shot away. Might come for Badge. Flags up. Won't count.
Yeah, they're just a little bit ragged now. Just see the game out, Tuggeranong. Don't get hammered.
Well, they're into the stoppage time, and they've fought hard tonight as well.
Yeah, we
don't want to give them that sympathetic pat on the back like we were talking about. They've had chances tonight. They've had the moments that they could have taken this further. And maybe this club just needs a couple of additions. Illich comes away. They've got to replace Steve Nealon's goals next year, which is going to be hard.
It's a big ask, a really big ask. I mean,
and he's going to bow out, Steve, with 20 in all competitions.
Great return for a kid. Great return for anybody.
15 in the league, 5 in the cup. Falco with what might be his last throw in Tuggeranong colours. It's a chance to lift one into the area, too close to Illich.
Yeah. I mean, what do you say about Tuggeranong's effort tonight? We don't want to give them a sympathy vote. They have played a part in this game, a genuine part in this game. At the start of the second half, they were the better team. They had a chance to get back on level terms and couldn't take it. And that is the difference between a Monaro team with the clinicians that they've got up front and Tuggeranong, who have battled really well, but just can't find the back of the net on a regular basis.
Straub, it opens up for him. He can strike them as well. And it's hit the top of the crossbar with Cook beaten. And that would have been harsh on Tuggeranong.
Yeah, we don't want to score a blowout now because they have made a good fist of it. But bottom line is they've been beaten by a team that's been able to take their chances when they've been presented. And to be honest, there is no doubt.
Well, here comes Foxall.
Yeah, went the wrong way.
Yeah, didn't hear Santos.
They've been beaten in the second half by 2 storming goals, worthy of winning a final.
Here goes Kalfas, plenty up in this attack as well. McLaren's one of them. Kalfas might fancy it again. Almost slid it through for McLaren. Still we play into added time. Kalfas. McLaren. Perhaps the difference off the bench, as you mentioned. McLaren opens up for him to have a go. He wrong-foots the keeper and adds another. Minor Smith found him. McLaren finds the back of the net. It's 5 for the Panthers at home again. They're on their way to the prelim final, but it's harsh on Tuggeranong.
Yeah, no, I mean, the 3 goals that have made it 5 have been terrific finishes, but Tuggeranong, certainly for the last 2 goals, have got a little bit ragged. They're a little bit defeated, shall we say. They're not as intense. They're not closing down. They're just a side that's been well beaten.
And whereas Nick Emmanuel's shot hits the post, it comes out, and Dak McLaren's hits the post and goes in.
Yep.
And maybe that sums up the luck tonight.
Well, certainly since the substitutions, Monaro have been the better side. They came back into it. Tuggeranong, as I've said on more than one occasion tonight, started really well.
I'm expecting a petition from the Panthers fans to get the prelim final switched to here because they have had some incredible form at home. 46 goals now in 12 appearances here.
They usually do things through social media, don't they? They dab hands on social media.
One more Cole Falco extra set. Sends a flat one in just for you.
That's it. My work here is done.
So is Monaro Panthers. They are on their way to a game against Croatia next week, and it will be a corker at Deakin Stadium. Make sure you get down there. If you can't get there, you can watch it on Capital Football YouTube. 7 o'clock kickoff. Be preceded by the Capital Premier League prelim final. Tuggeranong's brave effort comes to naught. Their season comes to a close. They're beaten by a Panthers side who at times rode their luck, but at the end of the day, they're extra class told. Steve Forshaw.
Yeah, that sums it up, Russ. I think that extra quality, certainly in the final third, has just been too much for Tuggeranong to handle. You know, congratulations to Monaro because they have won the game and they played well enough to win the game. Tuggeranong, go home, lick their wounds and look to next season and where they need to improve. And if they can get themselves another genuine goal scorer like Neil, and if they can get themselves a genuine 9, maybe this young boy's the answer. They can look at next season with some sort of promise. But they've done well this year to make the Final Four. They'll be happy that they've made the Final Four. They won't be happy with the way this game panned out in the end because they did get a bit ragged, albeit beaten by some really good goals. But good game to watch, Russ. Good semi-final. Tuggeranong season's over.
Thanks very much, Steve Forshaw. We'll speak to you again soon. It was a game in which the Panthers in the second half were made to work hard, but in the end, 3 bits of quality. 2 off the bench. Amanda, wonderful chip. Goals from Nikos Kalfas and Zach McLaren have done for Tuggeranong United. It's finished here at Stryda Park in the elimination final. Monaro Panthers 5, Tuggeranong United 1.